Hello and welcome to the first episode of Building a Business, Grit and Grace, our newest podcast. My name is Anna Angelova. I'm a business coaching consultant and a co-founder of Leficomp, a business consulting and coaching company here in Canada. And today I want to share with you a little bit about this podcast, why I decided to start it, what it is all about, how it started initially, and what's going on right now. So, in the next 10 to 15 minutes, this is what I'll share with you, and also who this podcast is for, whether this is something that you want to follow going forward. So, it's all about entrepreneurial journeys from around the world. I've always wanted to have conversations with people. I've always wanted to have this kind of podcast where I interview others, where they can share their stories, where they can share their wisdom and their experience, because I truly believe that every one of us has something to share. And since starting Leficomp back in March with Joris of this year, 2025, we have been focusing on helping small and mid-sized businesses grow. We have been focusing on helping aspiring entrepreneurs start businesses. And I had that idea in my mind. And at some point, like back in April or May, I think, back in May, I listened to a couple of women in the Richmond Hill Board of Trade. We are members of this Board of Trade here in Canada. I listened to these two women share their stories of resilience, of grit and grace. And I'm like, I want to give them the stage to share this again. And you actually hear them. You hear both of them in the first two episodes. They'll share their stories. They'll share their journeys. And this is how it started. And in the beginning, when I started having the conversations with the first few business owners you will hear in the next few weeks, the idea was that we wanted to make this a Canadian podcast, a podcast where Canadian business owners share what it's like to build a small or mid-sized Canadian business with all those things that are happening right now within Canada, with the intricacies here and all these kind of things. But then I paused. And that's why actually you hear in the first few episodes, you hear me announce the name of the podcast as True North, Grit and Grace, because again, this was the idea. And this is what you hear in the first few episodes, first three episodes, I believe. However, as I was thinking about the values I have and the values we at Leficomp have, I thought that, and our mission as well, our mission of helping enabling leaders, business owners to create level 5, level 6 organizations that create harmony between profitability, employee satisfaction, customer satisfaction, and global impact and overall impact of the business. As I was thinking about this, I realized that part of the idea why Canadian was limited. And I also realized that I want to be the change that I want to see in the world. We want to be the change we want to see in the world. And that's why we decided to open it up. One of the ideas for the name was Business Without Borders. Because with everything that's happening nowadays, we want to stand for our values. And we want to give the stage to entrepreneurs, to business owners from across the world. Yes, of course, most of the people we'll be talking with, they will be owners here in Canada because like, this is where we are. This is where like, a lot of our network is. So, of course, most of the businesses, at least from the beginning, will be Canadian businesses, and we'll talk with the Canadian business owners. So, some of the things they'll share will be specific for Canada. You will also hear, though, stories from US. You will hear stories from Europe. And as we grow, we hope to share stories from all around the world. Stories from Asia and Africa and South America and Australia. So this is the idea. This is why we're starting this, really to share entrepreneurial journeys from around the world. And who this is for ultimately is if you are a business owner, of course, you can listen to fellow business owners and learn from their experience, learn from how they've done things, and connect with them in some way or another. Now, if you're an aspiring business owner, this is a great place for you to listen to real conversations. Like these are not those companies that uh, are we all hear about, like those unicorns. And the other thing that we really want to focus on having conversations with all kinds of business owners, including coffee shop owners, including plumbers, or maybe a cigar lounge owner. So really, like we want to talk with all kinds of businesses, brick and mortar, online, like all kinds of business owners, and present this. Like, what it's really like to have a small, mid-sized business, what it means for the personal life of the business owner, what it means professionally, and all these kind of things, like true stories, authentic stories. So if you are thinking of starting your own business, this will give you a chance to hear so many different people sharing how they started, so you can see what it takes to start a business. You can find the commonalities. You can also find some of the things that apply to one vertical but not to another, for example. And of course, if you are not interested in starting your own business, if you don't have a business, you can still listen. You can still listen and hear a little bit more about some of the local business owners in your area. And actually, we would really love to connect with as many business owners as possible to have these kind of conversations. So if you or anyone else knows about a business that you could connect us with, we'd really, really appreciate it. So this is what it is, building a business, grit and grace. It's all about authentic conversation, practical lessons, and inspiration for anyone who's building a business that matters. This is why we are starting it. This is why we're launching it. We will have one episode a week. So every Tuesday, we will be launching an episode with a different business owner. And as I said, the first few are from Canada, and you will hear me announcing it as through North. But the name of the podcast ultimately is Building a Business, Grit and Grace. And I'm really excited personally to do this, to start having these conversations and start sharing this. And if you are interested, subscribe. And as I said, if you are a business owner and you know a business owner who can share their story with us, let us know. Contact us, let us know. We'll be happy to schedule a call, talk about it, and then have the interview. Absolutely. We would love to share as many stories as possible from as many industries as possible as well to paint a picture. And as we grow, we might change the schedule and have more than one episode a week. Let's see how it goes. We might have a couple of episodes a week, but again, it really depends on how we grow and how many people we are able to connect with and have these kind of conversations. So, really, really excited about it. Welcome to Building a Business, Grit and Grace. These are the entrepreneurial journeys from around the world. I'm Anna Angelova, your host for this series. Jor is my co-founder and co-host of the More Than Just Task Management, our other daily podcast actually that we have. He might be joining some of the interviews, but it will be mostly me for sure, having the conversations with people who are coming on this podcast. So looking forward to starting this journey. Thank you for your support. And here's to building a world, a better world for everyone, a world where businesses make a difference and contribute. Like they are already, like small and mid-sized businesses are already the backbone of our economies. They are the heartbeat of our um, communities when you think about it. Those small local stores that we go to. And again, let's build impactful businesses and the next generation of visionary leaders together. And I will be back with the first interview this coming Tuesday, September 7th. So grab your favorite beverage and listen to it on your commute to work, maybe, or whenever you find time to spare 30 minutes of your time to learn more about our first Canadian business owner. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next episode.